Josh Kelly, man, he's from very similar to me.
The frame of the future Misfits middleweight champion, JFT.
I wish.
On that note, welcome everybody to the Kelly
Good evening,
versus
everyone.
Biea live watch along. I think it's Biea, however I'm saying it, but
the Romanian
should be
kid.
a routine win for Josh, but who knows?
Should be, but look, he beat Jermaine Brown, who at the time when he beat Jermaine Brown travelled over there, wasn't the Jermaine Brown that, you know, turned over to become a coach because he found he was becoming maybe a journeyman or certainly a gatekeeper for British domestic level. Jermaine Brown's a tough, good kid. If Josh Kelly's not on it tonight and sharp and attacks from the first bell, this will be a tough fight for him. He'll have to eke out a 12-round victory because this kid's tough. Don't know how he'll take a shot, but...
Has he ever been stopped, the Romanian?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, I think both his losses have been on points, but that is the question, isn't it? If Josh Kelly is able to land shots on him, if he is taking shots...
Coming heavy, Anna.
He has coming heavy. Yeah.
Intentional as well. He said
not as heavy as Keyshawn Davis, but we'll save that for Tuesday, shall we?
I heard Bonsi raving about how heavy he's coming anyway. Underway.
That's where I got it from, to be honest, mate. I'm not going to pretend I'm noticed. I heard Bonsi say it 5 minutes ago. I'm not going to take credit for that, mate.
All right, let's go for the hat trick. So did I.
Yeah, our news source is Steve Bonds. I think it's time to jack it.
Absolutely. Kelly,
you know it's a busy week. You know it's a busy week of boxing when you're relying on Bunsey for what you're listening to.
Oh, he's attacking straight away. The speed difference is absolutely massive.
Big body shot as well.
Look how it's very cumbersome as well.
He is cumbersome,
but he's having a look. Clash of heads there.
God, he looks.
Would you be surprised if I said I'd bet on the DQ? I haven't, by the way. I haven't. It probably
it's like I've never met you, Jay. Would never expect that. Josh is looking spiteful in there already. There seems he's not flicking his punches out. He's actually putting something into them, isn't he?
Yeah. But he needs to conserve, because if this kid can tuck up and take Josh Kelly's, a bit like Josh Taylor the other week, looked really good, didn't he, for 3 rounds?
Yeah,
and then his power bar dropped massively.
Kelly's in line for a world championship shot. I watched Adam Boo's interview yesterday. I think there's a good chance he gets the winner of Xander Zayas against Perez, is it?
That's a difficult matchup for Josh if it's Zayas. I think
tough.
Xander Zayas is fighting he's fighting Perez because Fundora vacated, didn't he, to fight Zoo?
Yeah.
BBO. Yes, Liam, hope you're well, my friend.
Oh, he's done him.
He's down, left
hook, counter left hook.
He doesn't belong in the ring with Josh Kelly, this guy.
Doesn't look like it. He's not getting up.
He doesn't want to get up, does he?
Wow.
Over.
Stopped him in a round. Jesus, that was a short watch along.
So much for this being your action for the weekend, mate.
I mean, can we read anything into this? That kid, his record was fantastic, but he looked shocking.
Yeah, he was awful. Jay, you called it straight away. You know, the speed difference. It was like you kind of knew that was going to happen.
Night and day, wasn't it?
I picked him on points as well.
All right.
I can't remember what
There's quite a few people commented on my video saying Flavius Biea was going to win.
I didn't pick him to win. I bet I got 33-1 and 50-1 on draw. I thought I've got to stick something on that just in case. I didn't expect him to. I think I'd picked Taylor, but I can't remember
how did Josh Kelly get first round knockout? It was a nice left hook, but that guy's terrible.
Yeah, but it should never have caught him clean with that. Let's watch the replay and see.
Mate, I'll be honest.
See how. Go on, sorry.
As long as we get Josh Kelly back out in the next 3 months, this is good. If we go to wait another year nearly to see him again, then it counts.
The Zayas fights in August, I want to say.
There you go. We'll see him back
It's going to be October then that. But
easy work, Liam. Terrible opponent, to be honest. Wasserman need to up their game as well. You see last year,
Here we go.
Lyndon Arthur against Liam Cameron. What was the other really good main? They had a few really good main.
He just got it through. It wasn't even a speed thing. He just got it through his guard. Watch. Bump. First one.
It was a lead left hook, wasn't it? It was
I thought it was a counter.
It's on the side of the head, isn't it?
I thought, because I saw it from behind at first, I thought he'd thrown a jab, but he hadn't.
Yeah.
He just stays there. It
Just lent
catches
in,
him.
lent in with a left hook.
Great shot.
I'm not going to
Fantastic
lie,
shot.
and I'm not being critical to the Romanian fighter. If he wanted to get up, then he could have gone up.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
He was looking at the ref by 5. He knew.
He
But
wanted no part of that fight tonight.
In his defence, watch when he stands up. He wobbles as soon as he stands up. His head's not clear. When he stands up, for a split second, he wants to protest, but he wobbles. I think he could have got up, but he'd have got knocked unconscious. You could see that he was still one there when he got up.
Nothing new about Josh Kelly tonight, anyway. I'll tell you that. That's not going to do him any good. That.
Big shout out to Disciple. Worst tracksuit I've ever owned. But yeah. Absolutely horrendous. One wash done.
We may as well hang around to see if he calls anyone out then, considering we got 1.5 minutes of
sponsorship opportunities available, Disciple.
Yeah, Harry, Josh Kelly stopped him in the first round.
First minute, I believe.
But yeah,
about 90 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about halfway through round 1 with a lead left hook. It wasn't a brutal stoppage.
I can't take Josh Kelly sincere. I don't think he does anything sincerely. Even then, when he's telling his opponent, you're good. He don't look genuine, does it? Everything he does is patronising for me. It must just be the way I think he looked, but he does look like he's patronising.
What do you reckon? There's about 400 people in that Newcastle Arena.
I've spoken to Matt tonight. He said he's never seen as many black curtains in an arena in his life. So I think that's
in there, is he?
Yeah, he's there covering it.
I did see Troy Williams on the ringside at one point, but I don't think he's there now.
Yeah, there honestly must be about 200 people in there.
Mate, it's not a draw. Listen,
they've got another fight after this.
Sorry, Patterson.
He was the main guy in the Northeast when Matchroom had him. They just let him go. They're not stupid. He's not a draw, mate. He's not a draw.
Yeah, Matchroom did.
Shame.
They did let him straight go after having his sin, didn't they?
Yeah, and he's so skillful and slick and that, but just they mustn't tech to him. I don't tech to him. So if that's replicated, nationwide, then he's going to struggle, isn't he? That's in his hometown, is it?
He's
close enough.
Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough, isn't it?
Look, I mean, Wembley was barely full. I know it's a stadium fight, but if he was a big enough draw, he would have had fans coming down for when he fought at Wembley against Ish Davis, and he didn't then, did he? So tells you everything you need to know.
David Adelaide did not want to stand in that photograph. He's like, yeah, and he's trying to edge out. Look, he's there now.
Yeah, we got Adelaide with Booth now, is it?
Yeah.
I did wonder when I saw Adelaide walking in with him earlier, and then click. He's obviously.
Yeah, they all have that thing in that team, don't they? It's kind of like you have to be with each other all the time. Like when Mick Conlon was in the team, they were all doing the corner together, weren't they, and all that?
Yeah. Gallagher's is a bit like that.
And Jamie Moore's like that as well. Yeah. Jamie Moore's gym at the minute, like Dave Allen and Pat Brown and Jack Cattrall, they're all a very tight-knit unit, I think, as well.
1 sec.
Well, let's hear what PBK's got to say then. Hopefully he gives us a name. Adam Booth was quite vocal about apparently they tried to make the Zayas fight or something, but Kelly didn't have enough time.
I've got a horrible feeling Josh Kelly's missed the boat. I think 26-27 were his best. I think, what is he now, 31, 32?
31, mate. It's madness to think that he's 31. Is he not even getting an interview? Sorry, he's getting one outside the ring, the British Boxing Board of Control. Yes, Twiddle, it was over in the first round. Josh Kelly stopped him.
Only Eddie and Frank can pay enough money to get away with doing it in the ring, can't they?
Yeah, no, only Josh
allowed
to be interviewed in the ring.
Yeah, the Western budget isn't that big.
40 quid each or whatever they got.
Yeah.
No, Josh got
RRP, $49.99.
It wasn't a weight miss, Liam. That's not a weight list at £4.3. That's not even attempting. He knew that 2 weeks ago.
It's intentional.
He knew that weeks ago. It's not even intentional. It's just he hasn't even tried. He's got to a point in the last couple of weeks where he knows he can't hit. So he's just trim, and then gone and made weight. 4.3, he should have weighed that yesterday.
Oh, mate, his face when it was announced as well wasn't a look of, oh my God, I've missed weight. It was,
impossible. Well, he's obviously weighed himself beforehand and known that he's nearly 4.5 pounds over. It's a joke. Let me just mute my mic.
If you can work out how.
I can't listen to that bullshit. He's trying the mental health
I've just
violin
heard it.
bollocks. Fuck off, man.
But yeah,
Scream
going back
and
to what
call
you just,
someone out, you knobhead. He ain't got time for this nonsense. What's he going to do? Build himself another profile, and next minute there's going to be 10,000 people there. Just call out the champion, get the fight, beat him, and then you can do all that nonsense. He ain't got time for this.
Yeah, nah, it's all right. But mate, going back to what you were just saying about the weight with Keyshawn, before the weigh-in in Ipswich today, at least 3 or 4 fighters got on the scales that were there in the room just to make sure. And
To make
one
sure they're bang on.
Oh mate, and then one fighter got a skipping rope out, and he's by the sides skipping.
Taking them extra ounces off.
Yeah, obviously.
Keyshawn, I'm so disappointed, but I said to you, didn't I? It feels like he's more interested in the brand, and he's took his eye off. He's definitely took his eye off, or he has to come out and admit, I knew I was never going to make it, so I just didn't try. He gets stripped, but that's irrelevant at this point. For me, it's cheating. If he knows he can't make it, what's he going to do? Pay his opponent extra and. But it's not like the UFC. They don't do that, do they? They'll just renegotiate the fight.
It depends what's in the contracts, doesn't it? Mate, it's a poor look. It's your first defence as a world champion, top rank, of giving you a fight at home.
Yeah.
And not even trying
tarnished his. Listen, you might think I'm being dramatic, but it's
tarnished
goes somewhere that it's tarnishing your legacy, because whatever he does from here on in, his first world title defence, he got stripped from miss weight by 4.3. This is not 2 ounces, even half a pound, Liam. You could potentially say, look, he struggled up to last night and he couldn't get it off. My brother was a pro, so I know what goes into weight cutting. Not at that level, but British title, level. So the 4.3 pounds, he shouldn't have had that to strip this morning.
And look, if there was any sort of argument that he wasn't expecting it, was completely given away by his face afterwards. It was
absolutely. Sam's bowled over by the announcement. What was the announcement?
No, it was just. Sorry, I'm just catching with a few comments. Yeah, we'll talk about.
Did he mention God by any chance? He did mental health. Did he throw God in at any point?
That comes next.
Oh, here's Luca. Yes, Luca, he didn't miss much, mate. First round TKO.
Sam, did he mention God in his post fight?
No, so he
did mental health.
He called out Conor Benn very lightly. Very lightly. He goes, I want a big domestic fight. If Ben's there, we'll take it. But if not, we're bringing a world title back to the Northeast. I'm ranked highly in all the...
What has Ben got to... Why would Ben fight him? He's not... He's a... man.
No. Ben wouldn't fight Kelly for the money.
That's what I'm saying.
It's 2021 again.
Kelly doesn't realise... Listen, his ego does not realise where he stands within the makeup of the domestic scene. He's not ahead anymore. No one's interested in Josh Kelly. That's why he's on Channel 5 on a Friday night. There's 2 massive cards over at weekend. He's not on any of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's on Channel 5 at fucking 10 past 10 on a Friday night against a Romanian that hardcore boxing fans like us have never heard of. Who should never have been in there. Padded record, mate.
Oh, it was terrible. Conor Benn.
You tell I've been arguing with somebody on social media tonight. I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I'm fuming, man. I wanted to see a fight.
Yeah, I know. It's
wind you up, mate. Let you go.
Especially when you've only got one. But what I was going to say is the Keyshawn. We can talk quickly about the Keyshawn Weymouth, or we can talk about the Boxer deal, because I'm hearing good momentum that Boxer could be going to the zone.
Not sure, mate. Ben that was a non. I sent you to an interview, didn't I? Seconds out, I think it was. Shout out.
I think I watched this interview.
It was a nothing.
With is it Coogan or IFL or something? I don't know.
We're having good talks. I don't know where we're going to be. We've got a big show at the weekend, but there's big news coming. It's got to be DAZN. There's no point going against anybody and going with anybody else. They're not. TNT's not going to pay him massive. He ain't got big enough stable for that. What they're going to do? Maybe Callum, Ben Whittaker, Caroline Dubois. Do you get what I mean? The names, no disrespect to them, aren't big enough. Whittaker maybe, but they won't give you a big deal off the back of having Ben Whittaker. They're not going to do that.
But this is also the thing. If he thinks he's put as an outsider with Frank and Eddie now, the only way to ever arrest that narrative is to join them on the same platform. The best thing that can happen to Boxer and Ben is to be on the same platform. To leave Sky to go to another platform.
You say, you say that.
Sense.
Nah, I think they'd wipe him out if he goes to the zone. I think his independence is what is keeping him going for me. I think they will proper sun him if he goes to the zone. They'll start making fights in house and they'll try push him out. They'll try take all his champions off him.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
believe that.
Liam, just on the subject of tomorrow, other Liam is going to the Fabio Wardley fight. I'm away for the night. JFT, I think, might be riding solo.
I'm covering it. Yeah.
Get yourself over to Jay's Fight Talk tomorrow night. Don't know if you're going solo, Jay. Have you got any special guests lined up?
Going by myself, going solo.
Yeah.
Going solo. Me and our Mabel.
Jay and Mabel. Then so get subbed if you haven't already to JFT, and he'll bring you through. Are you doing UFC as well, or just?
We will do, yeah. I'll be back.
Liam's going to do UFC.
Okay, then UFC.
I couldn't do a stream of the UFC at night by myself. It would just be me snoring on a live.
Mate, I'd be tempted.
At least when I've got one of you. If you leave me, you're a prick. Because you always get me out of it. You'll either message me or just call me out on it. And I'll try to style it out like you. But if I'm on my own,
let's stick Johnny in the same hole as Steve Bunce. Buncey's on fire tonight, Luca. I know you've been watching the darts, but Buncey's been coming out with some absolute crackers. Yeah, but yeah, Keyshawn, Bob Arum is fuming at him. I don't know if you saw.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I've seen it.
Bob Arum is absolutely furious with him.
I'm not surprised, mate. It's a bad look. 4.3 pounds. People don't understand.
He was calling out Abdullah Mason yesterday.
What did I say to you? I said, "What's that about?" I said, "What's that shtick about?"
That's
there?
me. Yeah.
Oh man, Liam.
Yeah. And then this is just a piss take, mate. A piss take. It does not look... Listen, he's not in a big enough position to swagger about like he's doing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He's too caught up in that, and he's not done anything to justify
140
that.
belt straight away. Teal will vacate, and he'll get a shot at the 140 belt straight away.
I think he was trying to fight Teo. Remember they had that interaction at that press conference? When he said, I felt you disrespect. They talked it out.
Yeah.
Teo patronised him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Teo sunned him. I think that he's maybe thinking of that fight. But
Bob was fuming because he said he didn't try and take any weight off. Like he was kind of just nonchalant about it. Like it's not like he was dried to the bone trying to take the weight off. So he wouldn't.
You don't miss like that. Not 4.3. You don't miss. That's not a mistake. That's just at some point in the last week he's stopped trying.
Yeah.
On a side note, boys, it's Top Rank card isn't on Sky tomorrow night. There's no Keyshawn on Sky.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm just going through the planner now so I can record it because I'll be doing UFC and they are showing fight nights from midnight until 6 a.m. but none of it's live. It's all repeats.
Well,
so it's not on.
There's no need for boxers. Jay said they'll make fights in-house, get all his fighters beat or sign elsewhere, and then that'll be the end. Yeah.
I think that's what they'll try. I'm not sure whether they'll get away with it, but I think Ben's shrewd enough to be able to manoeuvre his way through the next 5 years.
He should be able to with the likes of Whitaker and Adam Azim. He's got a few. He has got a few fighters that can.
Callum Simpson, the biggest ticket seller in British boxing.
He's got 18 months left out of big fights to Chris Eubank Jr. Oh, sorry, yeah.
I will caveat that though. I think he did whisper, called Callum from Barnsley that are signed to Boxer. He is not the biggest ticket seller in British boxing. I'm not having that. Big ticket seller.
There'll be more in Ipswich tomorrow.
That was the thing, Luca. That's why Boazzi and Akoli and all them left Matchroom originally to go to Boxer, wasn't it? Because they were like, I want to fight on Sky Sports. That was their whole reason.
I would not be surprised if there is a deal, but it's a shorter term deal. I don't think fight by fight, which I think that's what he got asked, but maybe a year.
So much big's happening because Ben looks very, very
like the cat that's got the cream.
He does indeed. He looks very relaxed. He looks like
his poker face is awful as well, Ben's.
Did you see?
It's completely awful. You're right.
Did you see him try nonchalantly say that he'd not heard that he'd been inducted into the British Boxing Hall of Fame for charity work? He was like, "What? What was it for? I hadn't seen." And then as they continue talking about it, he goes, "Yeah, because we do a lot of charity work." And I'm honoured by the fuck off, Ben.
Yeah, I must admit, I've just got a soft spot for Ben.
I like him.
I
Especially
do
after
like
he's
him
been.
as well. I
I've
think
seen him
it's
bullying him.
Yeah, because the rest are on his case, isn't it? So you can't help but root for him a little bit, but he doesn't help himself sometimes.
He leans into it, I think.
He does.
I don't think he's that much of a geek as what he makes out.
He's a smart guy, man. You can tell he's
shrewd
got
business
law
guy.
degree, for God's sake. Of course, he's why'd they re-sign with Boxer? No chance. Callum Simpson. Yeah, I saw that. Someone else bought that up the other day, didn't they? Callum Simpson said he's promoted by Sky Sports and not.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Someone else said that the other night on one. I think might have been no.
I didn't see him on Talk Sport.
He was on with Simon Jordan on Tuesday, and Simon asked him, "So who actually promotes you?" And he said, "Sky Sports." What? Not Boxer? No, Sky Sports.
Did he say no, not Boxer? That's what he actually said, or
did
he just
say Sky Boxer, Sky Sports?
Well, he's not telling the truth, is he? Because Boxer do promote him. So.
Yeah, but why would he? So he's trying to get out of his contract, then, isn't he? Saying that he must be. You don't say that, do you?
Mate, it felt weird. It felt weird hearing it at the time, and then it was doubling down.
Ben Shalom has no ego. He does not care about. Say when Eubank diminishes the promoters and stuff like that in front of him, Ben Shalom doesn't care. Whereas it burns Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren inside when
Eddie Hearn gets revenge, mate. Yeah. Eddie Hearn's petty.
Yeah, and he'll remember it. Whereas Shalom just doesn't care. He's like, I don't really care. He can say what he wants. So he wouldn't care about Callum Simpson saying that either. Whereas Eddie or Frank would be absolutely livid.
Caroline did it, didn't she? And she's still there. Maybe not for much longer. I think Savannah Marshall called him out at one point as well.
Yeah, well, she's signed with MVP now, hasn't she?
Why not? Though I'd sign with MVP if they pay me.
If I was a female boxer, I'd sign with MVP.
I'd sign with MVP if it was.
I identify as a female boxer, so I'd like MVP to sign me, please. Jeanette's Fight Talk. We'll
on that bombshell.
On that bombshell, let's leave it there. So JFT tomorrow. And hang on, Luca. Maybe the contracts have some wording around broadcast, and maybe fights can get. I see. Well, yeah, it's speculation, isn't it? But I think Ben Shalom's got something sorted that's going to really benefit him moving forward based on his body language and his face.
He didn't look worried, did he? He looked like he was dying to tell him what it was. Like he's really got a big one. I mean, it could be DAZN, but I don't think that's a good move.
Yes, 20. Thanks for joining us, mate. I'm with you. We like him over here. Definitely.
We've offered to do his marketing for free. I've asking him for a job from day one.
I think Ben Shalom's the type of fella that would come on and have a chat with us on here if we could ever get in contact with him. I think he would do it.
If he had the time, I think he would. I don't think he'd look. He'd just look at who'd asked him to go on. I don't think he's bothered about the platforms and who's on it.
You wouldn't get Eddie or Frank on because they care about the views, which is understandable as well. But I reckon Ben's the type of fellow who'd be like, yeah, whatever. Why not? I'll have a chat.
We'll have to try it. You don't ask, you don't get. We haven't asked, have we? So
we've spoken for that long. We got the Cyrus Patterson fight on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going to watch this. Right, boys.
Right, been a pleasure, Liam. Thanks everybody who's joined us. Catch JFT tomorrow for the boxing. Catch them both for the UFC. Catch Liam's
times out at some point on my socials tomorrow.
Portman Road as well tomorrow night. Enjoy that and get over to JFT tomorrow. Take care, guys.
Cheers.